Hi, everybody.
I want to first start by welcoming everybody to the 2019-2020 virtual banquet. We have never done anything like this.
No. I don't think anybody's ever done anything quite like this before. We're sort of in unprecedented times here.
Yeah, you know. So we're kind of learning as we go along, but just to get started before we get into what's going to be happening tonight, for those of you that don't know, my name is Francis. I am a coach here at Cheer Factor. This is I'm right now going in my 9th season. Last season was my 8th season here with the gym. I have been running all the social media. I do a lot of the clothes that you purchase and wear for the gym. Melissa's wearing another
fabulous
one of them.
Clothes.
And I'm just pretty much a fun guy. So that's about me. Melissa, you want to introduce yourself?
So I actually, this is my 3rd season coaching at Cheer Factor. I started season 1 coaching half year only. And last year, or two seasons ago, I coached my first full year team. Actually, no, I take that back. I did half year, and this was actually my first full year season at Cheer Factor. I coached Enchanted or International Junior 2 out of Taunton. And also, if you don't know me from Cheer Factor, you may know me because I am a radio personality in Boston. I've been doing radio for over 23 years. On Hot 96.9, the Get Up Crew morning show.
You started on 94.5?
I did, yes.
94.5?
Yes.
Jammin'?
Yes.
That's where I first heard her.
Okay. And moving along. No, I'm just kidding. I've been coaching cheerleading in general for, like 16, 17 years. And I'm very excited to be a part of the Cheer Factor family now. So,
welcome.
Yes. Thank you. And I love all you guys. I love Christy. I love all the athletes I've met. And there's a lot I have yet to meet. But tonight's a great start because I'm going to start to learn a whole lot about all the athletes in this program.
Yes,
I am really excited. And let's go. I'm ready.
So, Melissa's going to kind of just walk us through what's going to be going on tonight. And then we're going to get started.
Okay. So just so everybody knows, over the past few months in quarantine, we've had a lot of time on our hands, as have you guys too as well. And we've been reflecting on the season a lot and putting a lot of thought into how we were going to present all of this to you guys to make this the absolute best virtual banquet possible. And of course, as Francis mentioned, this is the first one of these. Hopefully this will be the last one of these that we have to have. So here is what's going to happen. And just so you guys know, please bear with us. There might be some kinks along the way. Hopefully there won't be, but just bear with us. We're going to be awarding tonight Unsung Hero Awards for each team. And then we're going to be doing multiple superlatives for the program as a whole, including Miss Cheer Factor. And we're going to be doing the 5 and 10 year awards and senior scholarship awards. And those were voted on from the entire staff. We did take a lot into consideration. And unfortunately, the entire staff couldn't be here tonight, of course, due to social distancing guidelines. So we did have them send us their highlights from the past season. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get started because I'm really excited. Let's get into these teams.
Me too. So, like Melissa said, we're going to be going through all the teams. We're going to start with our 2 special needs teams. We had Sensational, which was out of Foxborough, and Excel, which was out of Hanover. So, like Melissa said, coaches sent us a bunch of stuff about the teams. We're going to kind of recap the best that we can. I know this isn't ideal because they can't be here with us tonight, but we want to, hopefully we do them all justice. But Sensational out of Foxborough. Erica mentioned how they were a small team, but their presence on the mat was immense, and she loved watching them perform, which I can vouch for her.
Absolutely.
My favorite part of the day was watching them perform. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Excel. That was their 2nd season that we were out of the Hanover, and she has been with them since the beginning, a lot of those kids at her previous location, and then she came over here with them, but basically, like, you can't stop but watch them in a competition.
These teams are personally my favorite teams to watch. They are always a crowd favorite. Standing ovation, not a dry eye in the house. And you can just tell there's just so much passion in everything that they do. And when they're on that mat, you can tell that this is one of the best moments of their life. And it's just unbelievable watching them. My favorite teams to watch.
100%. 100%. So congratulations on a great season, Sensational Excel. We are going to be moving now into Tinies. So we had 2 tiny teams this year. They were both out of Hanover, and they started with Coach Mariah, who was working with them, and then unfortunately her school schedule, she went back for her master's in education.
Oh, wow.
To become a full-time teacher. So Mary ended up taking them over, and I'm going to tell you what Mary told us, but I'm also going to, again, tell you the same thing. Mary's favorite part, my favorite part about watching these tiny teams is watching them at awards, dancing on that stage.
Oh my goodness, so cute.
And loving when the bigger kids or the helper coaches get to come in and dance with them and pick them up. It is by far my most favorite time of the day. But they definitely were very hard workers, and just watching them like grow throughout the season is what that age is really all about.
Right, yeah. Explain really quickly as far as, when an athlete starts from a tiny team and legit will work their way up the program, at the tiny level, you are legit building and growing from the ground up. Like, that's where you're starting them from scratch and saying, okay, and you're building those skills, and you're kind of like giving them skills to grow. And that's like kind of the most important age.
It 100% is the most important age. And at Cheer Factor, we kind of pride ourselves on starting young.
Yes.
And teaching them what they're learning at Tiny's practice, even though it may just be forward rolls and back bends and cartwheels. That's how they're going to learn a forward roll, a back bend, a cartwheel through senior level 1 and senior level 6. And so it's always great to watch these Tinies, some of the ones that we're going to recognize later tonight, watch them grow from nothing to these amazing athletes that they are today. So even though they're young, they are amazing. You guys had a wonderful season, and thank you guys for that. So we are going to skip over to half year. Half year had an interesting season this year.
Oh, man.
We came in, we had 1, 2, 3, 4. I
think it was 4, right? I think it was 4. No, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's Fantasy. So 6.
Oh, yeah. 6 teams this year. They were all full. Huge teams. We have a huge influx of kids that come in from town programs for the half-year program, and it's I love the elite, but I enjoy the half year because these kids just love cheering all year round. And they're with their friends. They're with kids from other towns that they just finished competing against. So it's always a great mix of kids. But
unfortunately, for these guys, they were the ones that, were most impacted by what was going on, because their season was the shortest out of every other team in the gym.
One competition.
That's right.
So we're going to start with Exceptional, which was out of the Foxborough gym, coached by Amanda, Erica, and Trinity. Amanda and Erica actually dusted off their half-year coaching shoes for this, because they have not been coaching half-year for about 4 years. But this year, Christy wanted to bring in some of the elite coaches for the elite teams, wanted to bring them into the half year. And so Amanda and Erica teamed up with Trinity. This team was a lot of fun to watch. It was an older team. I think it was a senior 2.2. Basically, what they kind of told us was that a bunch of talented athletes. They thank you for your hard work and dedication. And they loved watching you improve in stunting. And they said you had a great pyramid. So that's wonderful because it's hard to get those kind of compliments out of that. Next we have Divine, which was also out of Foxborough. Mary, Elena, and Tiffany. Elena, I'm not sure, has ever coached half year, so I think this was probably great for her. Mary came out of retirement for half year, and Tiffany, it was her first season coaching half year.
Okay.
I got to do their choreography. Great group of kids. Again, kids from all different towns, all different abilities, but they had some creative, fun stunts. Their pyramid was just like Exceptional, was a lot of fun. And they're a hardworking, fun group of kids. And I know that after that first competition, they had a lot of ideas to kind of vamp up their routine a little bit because they did so good. Unfortunately, with coronavirus, we had to put a halt to that. But awesome work this year. Okay, let's move over to Hanover. We have Phenomenon, which was coached by Allison. Allison, everyone kind of gave me little blurbs. Allison gave me a book.
Which is
so
good.
She loves them. I enjoyed
Yeah.
watching them. They practiced right after my half-year team, so I
Okay.
got to watch them a lot. But hardworking group of athletes who love to cheer, and it was so evident in their dedication to the team and each other. I can't wait to continue to watch you all continue to grow and flourish in your individual paths, whether that be All-Star, youth, or high school. And I'm going to tell you, the Hanover, so there's Pop Warner and
AYC,
OCYCA.
Yep.
Over in that South Shore area, all of those towns, Whitman, Hanson, all of these
ridiculous
towns,
talent down there.
they compete against each other.
Yep.
And then 2 weeks later, they're at the gym and they're all on the same team together and they're all great friends.
that's awesome.
And that's a lot of fun to watch.
That's good.
Same thing, we'll kind of tag on to my team, Mystique. I came out of retirement to coach a half-year team this year, and I had a blast. Granted, there was about 150 kids on the team, and there was never a dull moment. But I looked at them, and we only had to have like 5 stunts in the air, but I was like, no, we're building 6.
Nice.
This is your stunt. You're going to do it.
Okay.
I couldn't be at their first competition. They did pretty good. And then we were changing stuff for the second competition, but obviously we couldn't go because of Corona.
Right.
But I was super excited to go take them to that competition because our last practice was a great practice, and I was like, this is it. You're going to go out and hit the routine. It's going to be amazing. And then
So
Corona
depressing.
hit. I loved those kids, though. Same thing
Yeah.
like Allison's team, Phenomenon. They all competed against each other.
Right.
And now they were all on the same team. So
That's
that was
great.
that was a lot of fun to watch throughout the year. So
Yeah.
thank you guys for a fun season. I know that I told you that a lot on your Zooms and stuff, but I had a blast.
Okay.
We're going to move over to the Taunton teams.
Yes.
Which I know you got to work with. So
I did.
I'd love to hear.
Actually, so first I want to talk about Phantom out of the Taunton location, the half-year team. I had the pleasure of coaching these young athletes with Coach Marianne. Fierce. We had our theme was fierce. These little fierce athletes. They were always excited to come to practice and learn new skills. Always kept things fun. They always kept Marianne and I on our toes.
Was the Phantom the younger one or the older
Yes,
one?
the younger team.
Oh, God.
Unfortunately, of course, their season ended before we could really see their true potential. But we were very happy to see their progress. When they first came in, they couldn't count to 4, never mind count to 8. And it took a lot of patience. But we loved every minute of it. We loved these little athletes, and they did the one competition. They did a great job. And we were so excited, like you were saying, to see them compete at the next competition because we knew that their scores were going to jump up at least 5 points. We had so many additions to the routine, and then you know what happened. So I just want to say thank you to all the Phantom athletes. They were phenomenal. Then, of course, there was Magic out of the Taunton location. And Coach Marianne also coached this team with me. Magic is very near and dear to my heart. A lot of my Pop Warner athletes out of Taunton were on this team. And one of the most technically clean teams that I've ever coached. And having them come in from Pop Warner and immediately step up to come into a half-year all-star team can be a hard transition for some. But these athletes they're ridiculous. Anything we threw at them, they just performed flawlessly, and they just blew my mind how amazing they were.
What's one of the biggest differences between Pop Warner and then All Stars?
Up until this year, it was the cheer aspect because there was always, you had to have a cheer included in your routine. Now they're, of course, getting with the times, and now you are allowed to do 2 minutes and 30 seconds of all music routine, which is great. But the skill level is a little different. Of course, the rules are a little different for each level too. So there's a little bit of adjusting there.
Yeah.
I've been trying to push for Pop Warner to start to get more on the all-star side of things where the progressions are a little bit better and the transition from levels a little bit better. And they're getting there. They're doing a much better job. So for these athletes to move from Pop Warner to All-Stars isn't always easy, and they did an amazing job. So, and we did have so many routine upgrades ready for Magic. We really did. They won their only competition. They kicked butt.
Undefeated.
They did an amazing job. They were undefeated.
There you go.
So shout out to Magic. Amazing. I love coaching them.
That's awesome. All right, we're going to transition from the half year, and we are moving now into minis. So minis this year was out of Foxborough, Mini Wonder. They were coached by Mary and Trinity. Mary does great with the little kids, by the way.
She really does. Trinity too. They're both unbelievable to watch.
One of the things that I see here that Coach Mary wrote out was that they started with only one back walkover, and let me tell you, working with minis for 8 years in a row, I can know exactly how that is. But by the time the season ended, they almost had full team walkovers.
Wow.
Which, very impressive.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive for that young age. And their theme was superheroes, which I think is a great theme.
Absolutely.
But I enjoyed watching these kids. A lot of them, I think almost 50% of them were tiny age, which means they could have competed at a lower level, but they obviously saw potential in these kids and made it a mini team, so that was pretty cool. Their unsung hero for Mini Wonder this year was Miss Caitlin Bennett.
Yay.
So congratulations Caitlin Bennett. Moving forward now, we're going to start announcing all of our unsung heroes.
Yes.
So if you hear your name, you can pick up your award at the gym, and we will have that for you here. Unfortunately, obviously due to Corona, we could not invite you all here today, but we wanted to still have something to give you.
What is the challenge? Francis, you mentioned how you coached minis a lot, but you also coach every other level of cheerleading as well. Like, what is the challenge, in your opinion, coaching a mini? Because we all know, let's be honest, the younger the athlete is, the attention span isn't the best. What do you think is the biggest challenge in coaching a team of that age group?
There's a lot of things that go into that. One being, a lot of them are coming from tinies. We play duck, duck, goose at tinies, you know? We can't really stunt in tinies, and now I'm asking you to do these level 1 skills that the same senior age kids are doing.
Right.
So, like, one of the biggest challenge is that leap. The other challenge, like you said, is the attention span.
Right.
I have coached them all.
Yes.
I have had teams of 20 kids that were like, first place, nothing else. And then I've had teams of like, ooh, a butterfly. So just trying to find that happy medium with those kids. I love it. I really, really, really do love the younger kids, because you are building them from that starting age.
Right.
But there are a lot of challenges that go into that, as you can imagine.
Yes, absolutely.
So yeah, great question. We're going to be moving into the youth teams now. So we have Superstition, which, as you all know, was coached by yours truly, moi, and Miss Erica Carbonneau. We were out of Foxborough. This was one of those teams that from day one, we knew we were going to hold them accountable for their skills.
Yeah.
We were a youth level 2 team, which is a very hard division, and we were bringing them to Dallas, which is the largest competition in the country. We knew it wasn't going to be easy, but we knew this group of kids, they were going to be the ones that were going to work. And they excelled leaps and bounds throughout the year. We had a circus theme, so we had one girl that was dressed as a ringleader. Their routine was clean. It hit almost every single time. They maxed out almost every single difficulty score. They performed their little butts off. And when we got to Dallas, we ended up placing 3rd in the small youth 2 division.
That's unbelievable.
Totally unbelievable. You're competing against teams from all around the country, and to be in that top 3, the winner's circle as they call it, was just one of the highlights of my season, and I think their season for them. And the only way they could have achieved that, we told them going into Dallas, was hitting 2 0 deduction routines.
Absolutely.
And they did that just amazing. It was amazing. It was jaw-dropping to watch, and I enjoyed every second of that.
And before you mentioned the unsung hero, you mentioned their theme. Personally, coming up with a theme is one of my specialties. I always have, I have to at least I think, I come up with some great theme ideas. But for you and for every team that you've coached that you've had a theme for, what is your thought process in coming up with your themes for your routines? Do you wait a couple of months in the summertime and see who your athletes are and kind of adjust your theme to fit their personalities? Or do you have your theme idea picked already before you go into the season and then work from there?
every year we come up with a handful of themes.
Okay.
Some teams you walk into and you watch them on the first day and you were like, yep, that's your theme.
Okay.
Some you have to kind of get a little, like, work with them a little bit more and try to decide the theme. But every team is different. And I think that it just depends on the kids you're working with.
Yeah.
One of the teams we did choreography for today, we decided their theme yesterday. We had a couple different ideas, and we were like, well, I don't really want to do that one with them. Like, I don't think they kind of understand it.
Exactly.
So let's go this way. So we landed on a different theme, and it's going to be amazing.
Right.
So I enjoy a theme routine.
I do too.
Enjoy them. I
just love the
Love
creativity and
love
the
it.
potential props. I love it too.
Our unsung hero for that team is going to the lovely and beautiful Miss Reagan McLaughlin.
Yay!
So
Congratulations.
I will try to clap for everybody. Moving into Mystery, which was Youth 1, again, coached by yours truly. And
busy man over there. Wow.
Miss Erica McCaffrey got to help me. A couple things with this team.
Mm-hmm.
We had a mix of, we had one girl that had never cheered before.
Wow.
Came on the team.
Okay.
A phenomenal athlete. She turned out to be great throughout the year and just excelled in everything that she did. But with that, we needed a set of older kids to kind of help.
Okay.
Because I'm only 2 arms and
Right.
1 mouth, so I can only yell so much at somebody.
Right.
So it was nice to have that older group of kids that really stepped up as leaders. But then on top of that, it took all of them to kind of push throughout the season, and we changed their routine twice a practice.
What?
And we just kept giving them new stuff, and every time they just kept doing it.
Wow.
We competed, the score would go up a little bit, but not
Yeah.
enough, so we keep adding more, and we actually they had a whole new opening going into the next competition that was canceled due to Corona, but at that last practice, I just watched it, and I was like, wow, this is gonna be good. And unfortunately, they couldn't compete it, but, you know, to each, that's fine. But I would like to, our unsung hero for Mystery this year is going to Miss Lauren Chauncey.
Yay! Congratulations, Lauren.
So, although you drove me crazy a little bit sometimes, you never said no. So I appreciated
That's
that.
Great.
All right, we're gonna move in now to Illusion.
Yes.
Which I would love if you would.
Absolutely. So
Awesome.
Illusion is a team near and dear to my heart. They were out of Taunton as well. I did not coach Illusion, but I was there at all of their practices, so I saw how hard these athletes worked. Coaches Erica and Dwayne were with Illusion all season long. Very, 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 very talented level 1 team. Their theme was magic. Did very well throughout the season. And I'm talking, when you talk about the progression of a team from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, of course, our season was cut a little short, but these guys are the definition of that. They started with, a lot of them only had their level 1 skills, but most of them gained their level 2 skills at least throughout the entire season. And by the end of the season, most of this team had their level 2 skills, and a lot of them are now on Youth 2 and Junior 2 this year. So congratulations to all of them. And they had a great season as well. I saw it firsthand, a lot of them, the way they progressed from the beginning of the season to the end. And I just want to give those guys a big shout out to Illusion. You guys were amazing. And the unsung hero for Illusion, congratulations to Lily Selfridge. So Lily, congratulations to you. You
Lily.
are the unsung hero for Illusion.
And just again, guys, all of these awards will be available at the gym to pick up. There are physical awards for
They'll
you.
be at their gym, correct?
Their gyms, yep.
So if you're, whatever gym you're at, that location, just give it, they're in Foxborough now, so give it maybe like a week or so for them to get to your location and you can grab them.
Moving on to the junior teams, we're going to start with Dream, which, again, coached by
Who
yours
coaches
truly.
Dream, Francis?
Me. And Miss Erica Carbonneau. This was one of those teams that from day one kind of piggybacked, going back to the themes.
Yep.
They were one of the teams that we looked at on day one with our list of themes, and we were like, Alice in Wonderland,
Yep.
this team's taking it.
Okay.
It was a perfect makeup of older junior age kids and younger junior age kids. So we went with a Alice in Wonderland theme, and from the first motion in that routine to the last pose of that dance, they told the story of Alice in Wonderland. It was one of those routines, and we told them this every time they went on that stage, every time we went to warm-ups, every time we were in the gym. When we go to competition, people are coming to watch you.
Yes.
It was one of those routines that you went to watch. We had the 5 Alice in Wonderland characters all dressed up, and just watching it grow throughout the season. First competition, they got an at-large bid, or was it a wild card? It might have been a wild card. Second competition, they got to pull a paid bid to the summit.
Wow.
Very hard to do.
That's crazy.
But we knew from day one that was a special team of kids. And it was kind of like the mystery team. It had the older kids and the younger kids. And those older kids really, really stepped up throughout the season. And made it just a fun season. I really wish we got to bring them to the summit. Because
that was a very special routine. Yeah. It really was. So fun to watch.
Yeah, and I wish that the summit got to see that, but unfortunately it didn't. So our unsung hero for the Dream Junior 1 out of Foxborough is going to none other than Miss Kylie Sanborn.
Yay, Kylie! Congratulations.
See, we're friends, Kylie. I told you that. Okay, we're gonna move in to Prodigy, which was a Junior 3 team out of Foxborough, coached by Amanda, Erica, and Elena. This team had like a horror scary theme.
Love it.
So whenever we got to choreography and the coaches were like, horror, it's like, huh? And then you think like the Thriller dance and just these crazy like scary motions and this loud scream at the end of the dance and these songs I had never heard of, but the kids loved them. Yeah. It was just creating that routine was a lot of fun, and that routine changed a lot throughout the season, but getting to be there at its inception and seeing it like grow from that was pretty cool. Hardworking group of kids gained a lot of new tumbling skills throughout the season, which is one of the reasons they had to keep changing it, was because the kids
want to be challenged.
And the kids kept getting skills, and the coaches were like, well, we're putting it in now. And of course. I think they competed full team side aerials. They won Battle at the Boardwalk, and they had the best and exciting most 2 performances down there. So congratulations on a great season, friends. Your unsung hero, although she's quiet, is Miss Hadley Cazzola.
Yay! Congratulations, Hadley. But you know what, though? The quiet athletes, sometimes those are the ones you got to watch out for as far as being the superstars. Because when you're quiet, you're absorbing. And when you absorb, that's when you're learning the most. So that's great. Congratulations, Hadley.
Moving on to Junior X, I coached this team with Miss Erica. I coached a level 5 with Amanda about 5 years ago, and then I went back to my roots 1 and 2, and now I'm back in the level 5-6 land. And as far as this team goes, from day one, they were amazing stunters.
So much talent.
So much talent. So much just natural, raw talent in that team. And we just kept coming up with these skills for these stunts, and they just kept doing them and making it look effortless just throughout the season and changing it. And it was a lot of fun. A fun fact about Junior X last year, at every competition, they scored nearly perfect in difficulty in almost all the categories of every competition, which difficulty is normally a lot harder to do than the bottom half of the score sheet, like the performance and stuff, but they just killed it every single time. And our unsung hero is Miss Jenny.
Yay, Jenny! Congrats.
Love you, Jenny. Thank you for always stepping it up throughout the year.
How is it, Francis, like, you coach like a million teams, and you coach every level team. It must be hard, isn't it? Like, okay, so when you're going into a level 1 practice, and then you go into a level 5 practice, level 6 practice, what is your mindset? Like, what is the challenge for you as a coach? Because you obviously can't have the same mindset going into each of those practices. So maybe give us a little insight.
So think of like a Sunday. We're in the gym from 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night.
I don't know how you guys do that.
Last year, I would start my day with a youth level 2 and then go to a junior level 1.
Yep.
Those kids are kind of the same to coach. But then you switch over to a junior level 5. It's a completely different mindset. You have to kind of like regroup yourself. And it's just, you have to adapt to the different coaching styles of the different athletes and the different teams. Because then I leave from the junior level 5 and I go and coach a youth level 1. I can't coach the youth level 1 like I coach a junior level 5. But you just got to kind of clear your brain. We're very good with coming up with practice plans, so you kind of like adapt to those.
Yes.
But it can be tricky at times. It can be. Like I catch myself sometimes at a youth level 1 practice. And just like,
I gotta scale it back a little bit.
Like you're 5 years old.
Right.
So let me give you a hug instead. But it can be tricky at times.
Yes.
But
you do it very well.
Well,
you do it very well.
Thank you. Speaking of all the teams that I coach,
here we go. Another
we're moving into Destiny, which was the junior 2 out of Hanover that I got to coach with Maddie. Maddie and I came up with 3 talking points for this team. 1, the group of kids. These kids, you didn't have to beg them or bribe them to do anything because they probably wanted it just as much as us, which made our job so easy.
Yeah.
Because there was no like fighting them. Maybe sometimes, but not all the time. This team in Atlantic City, day 2, they were the first team to make me cry for a good reason. And for anyone that knows me knows I cry about basically anything. So to make it all the way to Atlantic City without having a crying session is pretty good in my book. So thank you, Destiny, for that. And the last little like kind of a memory, Destiny did not have a summit bid. And that Tuesday before the competition that got canceled.
Yep.
We sat them down and we said, listen, you have 2 chances left to get a summit bid. And we really think this is your weekend. So today's practice is all you need to do is hit 2 routines in a row. So if that's the first 2 or if that's the 11th and 12th, you need to hit twice in a row. They went out, hit the best routine we had ever seen. And Maddie and I kind of looked at each other and we were like, okay, go get a drink, and then come back in and you're going to do that again. And then they came back in and it was even better the second time.
Oh my God.
And you could just, from like the second the music started
Doesn't that just make you so proud?
Yeah, like you knew. And again, it's because they wanted it.
Right.
We didn't have to beg them.
Right.
I just basically told them, this is your practice today.
Right.
You either do this and we can go work on cleaning, or we can do the whole day of running the routine.
Right.
Choice is yours. And
wow.
they chose to hit both, and it was just...
And then devastation came in, and it was like, to not get that opportunity. It was
I'm definitely excited to have a lot of you guys back this season again, and can't wait to work with you in level 3. So our unsung hero for Destiny is Miss Elani. Congratulations.
Yay, Elani.
So
love it.
Let's see where we're at. We are.
Hey.
Oh, Melissa.
Yes.
This is your team.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't want to cry. I'm going to not cry because when I think of this team, but like you, I cry at everything. So we're going to move on to Enchanted. Enchanted is my very first full year team that I've coached at Cheer Factor. International Junior 2 was our division. It's what we competed in this year. And we were out of the Taunton location. I coached with Dwayne. And going back to the themes that we were talking about. So, funny story, in January of 2019, I said, I don't care what team I coach, but whatever team it's going to be, we're going to have a Top Gun theme. And I was thinking in my head, like, A, I love the movie, and B, I knew they were doing a sequel to Top Gun, and it was supposed to be released around the same time we would be competing in routine. So I said, this is going to be perfect. Couple months later, we find out that Top Gun Large Co-Ed is also doing a Top Gun theme, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I texted all you guys. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So now I look like an idiot. But regardless, we made the best routine we could possibly make with those athletes and that music. And it was just unbelievable watching. We had the aviators. Well, we wanted to wear the aviators. We didn't. We had the bomber jackets. It was unbelievable. And as far as this team, one of the proudest moments of my coaching career was watching this team go to every competition and hit 0. Every competition. The 2-day competitions, day 1, day 2, 0, 0. Day 1, day 2, 0, 0. No deductions for this team the entire season.
How do you prepare a team to hit at every single
honestly,
competition?
Francis, this team made me want to pull my hair out because they were one of those teams that at practice you were like wanting to throw your shoe at them, and then they go out at competition and they nail it every single time. So honestly, I don't know the answer to that question. I really don't. But they just unbelievable. I'm just so proud of them, and I'm really happy. And they were also the team, like you were just saying. We just knew that next competition, because they didn't have their summit bid yet. But we added so many upgrades that their routine was maxed out completely. We knew that next competition, they were getting that summit bid. And then
Coronavirus.
So yes, but I just love them and their parents. We had such a great bond with their parents as well. Thank you all for making my first season at Cheer Factor with a full year team, an amazing one. I love you all. And our unsung hero for Enchanted is Miss Destiny Bolton. She is just, I can't say enough about her. She works her butt off, never complains, does everything you ask her to do, very versatile. I could put her in any stunt group and just know that stunt's going to hit. Her tumbling is beautiful. She's got perfect technique. Destiny, congratulations. Had an amazing year. Love you guys.
Awesome. All right, guys, we're going to move on to the senior teams, and we're going to start with Deception, coached by Mary and Elena. So they... have you ever heard of Pretty Little Liars?
Okay, so I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Me neither.
Okay, good. I don't
So
think so.
we went into choreography and we were like, okay, Elena and Mary, like, what's your theme? And they're like, Pretty Little Liars. And I'm like,
you're like, great. What do I do with this?
I don't know anything about this. I know that like some girl has a secret.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of
Okay.
You know, but I had a really fun time with Erica doing their choreography. It was a large senior 2 team. But watching them throughout the year, they had a lot of upgrades throughout the year.
Yep.
And they had a lot of kids on that team.
Yep.
So on a small team, like your junior 2, you
Yes.
had 3 stunt groups to watch.
Yes.
Imagine having 6 and having to watch them all at the same time. It's a lot. These kids, when they hit that routine, it was just like, ooh, like really good. Great tumbling, great lines in the air, and they were a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them a lot in day 1 in Dallas. Was beautiful and so much fun. And their unsung hero is Miss Maddie Powers.
Yay! Maddie!
Congratulations. All right, we're going to move on to Senior 1, Charmed, which had a lucky theme. And they got a bid very early in the season, which in level 1 is pretty difficult. So that was hard. That was a big feat for them.
Yeah.
Tell me, Melissa, before I read this next part.
Yep.
When you're picking flyers,
Yep.
what's one of like the most important things?
Flexibility, body positions.
Let me tell you, this team, Charmed, Senior 1, had 3 of the most flexible flyers in the program.
Really?
And level 1 is one of those things where you can do so much in stunts, and we love getting creative in stunts.
Yeah.
And to have a kid that is just flexible and can pull any body position you ask makes it so much easier as a coach or a choreographer or anybody to just come in and be like, okay, now do this, do that, do that, do that. And it's so much easier. And just watching these 3 flyers that flew in the main stunt, just their flexibility was just jaw-dropping. And I commend you, children, for stretching because that was a lot of fun to watch throughout the year. I know I'm not really reading all of these comments.
Yeah, sorry guys, we can't see your comments because we're so far
see.
away. But...
your coaches, Mary and Maddie, have chosen Miss Natalia Driscoll as your unsung hero.
Yay!
Congratulations. All right. We are moving on to Extraordinary, which was 4.2, which is the team that you're coaching this year.
Yes, I'm coaching Extraordinary this year. I'm
actually
excited.
with Amanda and Mary, who coached the team last year.
Yep.
They had a country theme. Do you like country music?
I'm sad to say I actually hate country music, but that's okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
I appreciate everything country. Like, I appreciate the cowboy boots, the hat. I appreciate it. I'm not a fan of the music.
I had a country girl theme like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a huge fan of country, but
Yeah.
when it like all came together, it was
But
really cool.
when it's in a routine, though, it's different because you're watching them sort of act out.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a play. It's like it's anything you're watching on TV. It's like
doing this routine with Erica.
Yeah.
Amanda and Mary were basically like country theme and go. So their dance, which Mary and Amanda said that they loved your fun line dance because we literally
I remember that dance.
all the different line dances,
Yep.
and they were having a hoedown on that floor. It was one of the most
It
fun.
was really fun to watch.
It was one of the most fun to choreograph
Yeah.
and to watch.
Yeah.
A lot of like just motions throughout the routine, and like some of them I'd look at Erica and be like, let's, you know, like,
Right.
and she's like, okay. Well, okay, I guess we're doing it. And the kids, you know, embraced it and did it, and they were a fun team to watch. They had really unique tosses, which scored great. So congratulations on a great year. Your unsung hero for Extraordinary Senior 4.2 is Miss Taylor Blair.
Yay,
Congratulations.
Taylor! Good job.
All right, guys. We only have a couple more teams left, so we're going to try to get through this so we can move into more awards. We have Exquisite, which was our Senior 4, coached by Amanda and Erica.
Yep.
They started the season with a Mean Girls theme.
Which, okay, can I throw something out at you?
Throw something out at me. Don't tell me you've never seen it.
I was just going to say, people are going to hate me for this. I saw Mean Girls for the first time during quarantine. I hadn't seen it, but I knew what it was about. I just hadn't seen it. Quarantine was the first time I'd seen it. And so the routine made a little bit more sense after I watched the movie. So I was like, oh!
So Erica and I came in and we got a Mean Girls theme. They
Yep.
got music. I thought it was cute. I liked it. Amanda and Erica tell us that they didn't like it. So after they got a 7-bit at the first competition. They
Crazy.
Right. They
So
kept
hard to do.
competing the routine. And they did well. They were beating lots of teams. They'd win. They come in second, third, but like they did very well. But one day I come in the gym and I look over on the floor and I'm like, what the heck are they doing? They have Exquisite's music from 4 years ago playing on the radio, and they redid in 2 practices the entire routine.
Stop it.
From start to finish.
Are you serious?
And they were like, no, we're going to the summit. This routine's not going to win. You're getting new music. You're getting a new routine. So they scratched the Mean Girls theme in the whole routine, and they just went 100% into this brand new routine, which looked great. And the kids learned it in 2 practices, practiced it that last practice at the gym, thinking they were going to competition that weekend. Unfortunately, we were not able to, but they were ready to do it.
I can't believe that. Anybody who knows anything about All-Star Cheerleading knows typically you get your routine in the summertime and you have a whole several months to perfect it, never mind learning it in 2 days and then going out on the floor.
And it's a level 4 routine.
That's insane.
You know? So, but awesome job this season, children. I'm excited to see you guys this year. A lot of you have moved up. So I'm excited to watch that. Amanda and Erica, for their unsung hero for Exquisite is Miss Allie Eddy.
Good job, Allie.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right, now we are moving on to the X Factor, which was coached by Amanda and Erica out of Foxborough. Have you seen Avengers? Me neither.
People are going to think I'm so weird. No, I haven't seen Avengers.
Me neither.
I'm not a big Marvel DC
No.
superhero.
I don't want to say
fan.
that I'm not a fan. I just never...
Yeah.
I'd rather watch like a rom-com.
100%.
Exactly.
Yes.
I'm like, whatever. So they had an Avengers theme, which, even though I have not seen Avengers, it was a really fun routine. I got to work on this with Erica throughout the year and just kind of do their routine. So they did, like, I guess there's a scene at the end of Avengers where everyone dies because someone, like, slams a hammer or something.
Okay, is that
And we
Thor?
did that. Maybe
no,
it's Thor.
no. I don't want to get it wrong. I'm not going to say that. It's like I don't
somebody.
wait. Is that the one with the stone? No, that's I don't know.
I don't
Whatever.
know.
Anyways,
Well, I'll
Infinity
ask someone
Gauntlet,
there.
stone, something.
Yeah, but
I don't know,
we got to like
whatever.
choreograph that in and just
Oh,
like
that's
the
cool.
Spider-Man and all
Okay.
that. So like it was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Loved watching these kids throughout the season just get new skills and get them added into the routine. They earned their world's bid at NCA. Have you been to NCA?
Okay, as many years as I've been coaching, believe it or not, I have not been to NCA. I have not been to cheer sport, and I have not been to NCA. Those are both on my bucket list, though. Been
Well,
to Worlds several times, never been to NCA.
I got to go to cheer sport last year for the first time, or 2 years ago, and then this year was my first NCA.
Yeah.
So not only was it my first NCA, it was almost every single kid on this team's first NCA, and they got to perform in the arena, which is like the venue you want to be in. So that was pretty special for them.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed watching them. Amanda and Erica enjoyed the season. And for your unsung hero is Miss Emma DuPont.
I love Emma. She is such a good kid.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Emma.
All right, the last team that we are going to be discussing before we move on to the superlatives is the ladies of Mirage. Mirage was coached by Amanda and Erica again. They were fierce ladies that definitely attacked every routine. So they had a back in black theme,
right?
For Dallas, because Mirage won Dallas 2 years in a row, like 3 years ago, which is unheard of,
right?
And so they were coming back to take that title back in black.
Okay,
so, yeah,
gotcha.
So that was a fun routine. They had a summit bid. They were heading to the summit. Excuse me. Oh my goodness!
Need more coffee?
I need more coffee. I should not drink.
Or less coffee.
I'm never gonna go to bed. Fun routine, great group of kids. They practice at the same time as Destiny over in Hanover, and a lot of times we do like a back-to-back. Like we play games and be like, okay, this is your section. Whoever does it better, you know. And sometimes we won, sometimes they won, but they were a good team to like challenge us.
Yeah.
Because they were just a bunch of really hardworking athletes. So congratulations on a wonderful season. Your unsung hero for the year is Miss Grace Christensen.
Congratulations, Grace.
Congratulations, and great job at choreography today. Okay, friends. We are going to be moving into the superlatives. We have Best Stunter, Best Tumbler, Most Improved, Competition Showstopper, and MVP.
And these are not chosen per team. We pretty much every coach nominated who they felt like should get this award, and then as a staff we all voted on these particular athletes.
Yes. So you will be getting awards as well, so make sure you stop by the gym to pick up your award after today. Obviously don't come by today because I'm leaving right after this to go drive home. I see a lot of cars out there. I hope that's none of you guys. So what do we want to start with?
Let's go with Best Stunter. Why not?
All right. Best Stunter. It's not you're better than everybody. It's you're reliable in your stunting.
Yes.
It may be because we were like, hey, we had an injury, we need to fill in.
Yep.
We know you're going to be able to keep that stunt in the air.
Right.
Come and do it.
You're versatile. You can play any part.
Yep.
You can be thrown into any stunt group on a whim and be able to keep that stunt in the air no matter what.
Yeah, we had some girls that flew and then went in and based.
Right.
We had some girls that based and backed. I mean, it's everything. So, earning the Best Stunter Award for the 2019-2020 season are the following 5 athletes whose names I should have read prior to this, but did not. So if I butcher your name, I apologize. We have Miss Bianca Rodriguez, Miss Avery Hardiman, Mr. Connor Purdy, Miss Katie Risch, and Miss Ali Marciello. So congratulations
guys
on earning the award for Best Stunter. Okay.
Tumbler?
Let's do tumbling.
Let's go right into Best Tumbling. Now, Best Tumbling isn't necessarily the athlete that has the most tumbling skills. I mean, we're talking every category has to be marked here. Your technique. Mm-hmm. We had one of our lights go off. Awesome. You have to be one of the most technically gifted tumblers to get this award.
Yes. Yeah, just like Melissa said, yes, one of the names on this list is one of the best tumblers, but you also got to think somebody that progressed throughout the year and just kind of stepped up their game technically for points in the routine, all those different things.
Right.
So, like she said, it's not just who is the best at tumbling, it's who became better throughout the year. So we have for Best Tumbler, I'm just looking through the names really quick to make sure I knew them all.
Yeah.
For the 2019-2020 season, we have Mr. Jordan Fernandez, Miss Rosie Loftus, Miss Emery D'Souza, Miss Maddie Cousins, and Miss Taylor Briggs. So congratulations.
Great job, guys.
Winning Best Tumbler. All right. We're going to move on to Most Improved.
Most Improved is pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
From beginning of the season to the end of the season. I mean, who gained the most skills, who perfected what they had the best. You know, you could have come in with a janky back walkover or a janky back handspring, and now it's the most beautiful, most perfect back handspring you've ever had in your life. You know, anybody that from the beginning of the season to the end, you put in your all, and you became that much better of an athlete throughout the year.
Yes. So, taking home the Most Improved for the 2019-2020 season, we have Miss Emily Botello, Miss Haley Pierce, Miss Kendall Carbonneau, Miss Livy Polanski, and Miss Gianna Turner.
Very well deserved.
Congratulations, children.
Good job, guys.
Congratulations. We have a lot of
And you're just making sure that we're not like...
Mary just commented that Emery just jumped out of the shower.
Oh, yay, Emery.
Okay. So, we are going to move on to Competition Showstoppers.
Okay, this is another one that's pretty self-explanatory, but these are the athletes that when they are on the floor, you cannot take your eyes off them.
Mm-hmm.
There could be, I don't know, dozens of athletes on the floor, but this one athlete, you're like drawn to them no matter where they are in the routine, and there's a reason for it. And this is something that can't be taught either. You cannot teach this skill.
No. And
you either have it or you don't.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that I am right up in the front of that floor and I am in your face to try to get some expression.
Right.
And I love when you get to look out from afar and just kind of see all these kids and you're like, oh, okay, like there they are, like now they're doing it. So, our competition showstoppers, which should not come to any surprise to any of you, are going home to Miss Olivia Golemi, Miss Riley Campo, Miss Abby Risch, Miss Reagan Carbonneau, and Miss Brooklyn Harris. Congratulations!
Yay!
Congratulations! Oh, cheer Nana Kim. No, you're not getting an award tonight, Nana Kim. Both of your grandchildren just got one. Go buy them an ice cream. And buy me one, too. All right, we're going to move on to...
This is a big one.
MVP.
Yes. Now, okay, being somewhat new to Cheer Factor, we all know what the acronym MVP stands for, Most Valuable Player, but maybe give us a little insight as to what it means at Cheer Factor to be an MVP.
It kind of goes back to a little bit of like the unsung hero mixed with all four of the Best Stunter, Best Tumbler, Most Improved Competition Showstopper.
Yep.
These kids just stepped up. Whether it was, like we talked about earlier with Best Stunting, you get a call, someone's hurt, we need you to come in.
Yep.
That could be a base, a back, a fly, or a front base.
Right.
That could also be a tumbler. And these kids throughout the season just stepped up. Some of them may have been the older or more advanced than some of the kids on their team, and they weren't like, oh my God, but they were like, okay, and they took on that leadership role. And just somebody that...
Someone that who, if they're missing, you know it.
Exactly.
Like they fill a big void in any team that they're on.
So we have 4 MVPs for the 2019-2020 season.
One of them is mine, and I'm about to cry for her, but go ahead.
So we have Miss Nev Burke, Never Stop Tumbling. Miss Ainsley Glavin, I think so, yeah. Miss Maya Sloan. And Miss Ari Dupuis. Congratulations.
Good job, you guys. So proud. So proud.
All right, now we are going to be moving on, and I have to...
Yes, we have a prop here.
Yes, everyone is going to be leaving with their little certificates today. Oh man, it's in a box.
Oh, all right. Well, hold
that's
on.
Okay. This next award comes with a tiara. So in case you haven't already guessed, this next award is Miss Cheer Factor.
Okay, again, someone being new to Cheer Factor, please explain. I think we can all kind of guess what Miss Cheer Factor represents, but maybe just give us a quick definition.
So this is someone that we just, when you think of the gym, you couldn't imagine it without this person.
Okay.
And if this person was walking down the street and someone was like, oh, hey, you're a cheerleader, like, where should we cheer? They would have nothing but good things to say about Cheer Factor and our program.
Sort of the best representation
Exactly.
of Cheer Factor and what it means to be a Cheer Factor athlete.
Exactly.
I love it.
Now, fortunately, I have had the pleasure of coaching this athlete here at Cheer Factor since day one when she walked in with her little blonde hair, and I have coached her from a mini one all the way through a junior level 6.
Okay.
There were some teams that she was on that I was not a part of, and I'm not taking all the credit for her, but she's just one of those kids that when you look at her, you just can't help but smile. You can't help but, there's not a bad bone in her body.
Yes.
There's not a mean bone in her body. She is positive and supportive of other kids. She's just happy to be there. She doesn't say no. You ask her to do something, it's okay. You ask her to, she's a level 6 athlete, but you need a fill-in on your level 1. Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I have a private right now, but I have a half hour that I can learn that whole routine, and then I'll compete it this weekend for you.
She's an overall team player, it sounds like.
Overall team player.
I love
and
it.
if you don't already know who I'm talking about, the 2019-2020 Miss Cheer Factor, leaving with her crown, which I will be crowning you personally on Tuesday at Junior X practice, is none other than the beautiful, wonderful, kind-hearted, pretty little blonde Miss Sydney Willis.
Congratulations, Sydney! What a huge honor. That's
very,
great.
very well deserved. And I can't wait to watch you compete this season.
All right.
With that said,
We're not
we
done.
have done all of our superlative awards.
Yes.
We are now moving into something that has been in the works for the past year here at Cheer Factor. So, I'm going to have Melissa kind of describe this a little bit.
Yes. So we're gonna so they're pretty much called our loyalty awards. Loyalty is a huge character trait that is very important, not just in life, in cheerleading, but in life. It's something very important, and something that's great to instill in your children and in our athletes. And moving forward, we do want to start this tradition of awarding the most loyal athletes to our program here at Cheer Factor. Starting now with the 2019-2020 season, we're going to have our 5 and 10 year loyalty awards. Now, if you've been here 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, or 9 years, you will be recognized.
Yep.
There will be a post on social media with all of those names of those athletes.
And you have a certificate to take home.
Yes, you will get a certificate.
Stating how many years you have been here. Because it's the first year, we didn't want to just do the 5.
We didn't want to leave anybody out.
Exactly. We wanted to include everybody that's been here 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years will be getting a 5-year award, and then 10 years will be getting a 10-year award.
Correct. Moving forward from now on, though, at the banquets, we will be giving away 5 years and 10 years. So we'll be doing the 5-year and the 10-year. So what we're going to do now is we want to recognize the athletes who have been with Cheer Factor for 10 years. Yes. Unbelievable feat. I mean, that is the definition of loyalty. These guys definitely deserve to be recognized.
Yeah.
And we do have something for them.
Yeah. So you guys will also be receiving one of their certificates. Yep. I don't know what these ones are, so I'm just going to look really
Those
quick.
might be the scholarships.
Those are the scholarships.
Yes.
Okay. We won't do those ones. But you'll be getting something like this.
It looks like that.
And a little prize there. But these athletes joined Cheer Factor in 2010. And I think you're going to know all of these children by name. So, we have our first recipient of the 10-year loyalty award is going home to Miss Allie Carlson. Congratulations. We also have Miss Amelia Stebbins, Miss Ava Glazier, Ava Joy, that is, Miss Bianca Rodriguez, Miss Katie Coakley, Miss Jordan Gunta, and Miss Paige Mall. All of those 7 athletes have cheered at Cheer Factor for 10 years.
I wish I would love to talk to them and just hear from each one of them. And I'm sure as I meet them, throughout the gym, of why they chose Cheer Factor in the first place and why they decided to stay with Cheer Factor for so many years. Like, there's obviously a reason why an athlete stays with a program for so many years, and the lessons they learn along the way, life lessons, as far as life lessons, and then cheerleading skills too. I'd be curious to talk to each one of them and ask them, 10 years is a long time. You could go anywhere and you chose here.
Yeah. So guys, we have a very long list of athletes that have been here for 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 years. We will be posting that on Facebook, but you will also be getting an award. We just don't have 30 minutes to read all of those out, so I apologize. We're going to move on to the senior scholarships. Excuse me. So we're going to do this a little bit differently.
Yes.
But do you want to talk about the senior scholarships really quick?
And you figure that out?
We have some seniors here tonight, so I'm going to go see who's here so we can personally award them in person.
Yes. So the senior scholarships, how this works is every year seniors have to write an essay based on a topic given from the boosters. And they have to go through an application process. So it's not just like, I'm going to write an essay about cheerleading and submit it and hopefully I win. There's a few different things that go along with this process. It's the essay on the topic that's given, and then it's a huge application process, and these athletes that went through this process know it wasn't easy. And this year we're going to be awarding $3,250 in scholarships to 8 graduating seniors. And we do have some of the recipients of those scholarships here tonight, and we'd like to hand them out to them personally.
Yeah. So I am going to...
And each one, they're not all worth... Each scholarship is not the same amount. Each scholarship has its own unique amount.
Correct.
So it's not like they're all $500 or they're all... You know what I mean?
Correct. So, I'm going to start with the athletes that are not here.
Okay.
And then we'll bring in the ones that are here.
Okay.
If you just want to go through this.
Sure.
And if you hear me say their name.
Yep.
Well, actually, they should be in order of what I'm reading.
Okay.
So, Jordan Fernandez will be receiving a $250 scholarship.
Yep.
Congratulations.
There's Jordan's certificate.
There is Jordan's. You can pick that up with your check at the gym.
Right.
The next one, she is here, but I'm not going to say hers yet.
Okay.
Then we have Miss Skylar Purdy, who is also receiving a $250 scholarship from the boosters.
Yep. There's Skylar's
Congratulations.
award.
You can pick that up at the gym.
Congratulations.
The next one, she is here. Let's just...
Okay.
Is that
here?
One? Yep.
All right.
Is that hers? Yep.
Yep.
All right, the next one, not here tonight, Victoria Biagetti, who is receiving a $500 college scholarship. Congratulations.
Yes, there she is.
Again, you can pick that up at the gym. The next one is here tonight.
All right.
So we will not be reading that one.
Yes.
The next one is here tonight. So we will not be reading
All
that
right.
one.
Let's make sure. Yep.
And then the last one receiving a $750 college scholarship is Miss Erica Vautrinel.
And there she is.
Congratulations, Erica, on your award. Now, what I am going to do, I'm just going to kind of reset this up a little bit.
Oh, yes. You need to raise that a little higher.
I need to raise this so that you can see the kids that are coming in. I apologize for the close-up view of my face. You're welcome, Victoria. Okay, so Melissa and I, we're going to bring in the following 4 athletes. They are here tonight. They've been watching from out in the lobby, so we wanted to make it special and bring them in to receive their award.
There you go.
So we are going to be starting with Miss Sierra Antoinitis, who you are receiving. I don't say hi, Sierra. She's receiving a $250 scholarship from the boosters. Again, don't touch me, COVID. Congratulations. And you may go back out to your party. Next up, we have Miss Allison receiving a $250 scholarship from the boosters. Don't touch me, say hi. Very welcome. You may go back out to your party. Next up, we have Miss Kaylee Harris. Kaylee Harris is receiving a $500 scholarship from the Boosters. Congratulations. You may go back out. I have a shirt for you at the Hanover Gym. Okay. And then last but not least, we have Miss Bianca receiving a $500 college scholarship from the Boosters. Congratulations, you're getting too close. So,
great job, you guys.
As far as the Cheer Factor 2019-2020 banquet, we have wrapped up here. We have, if you received a superlative tonight or any other award, please stop by the gym to pick that up. Seniors, if you were unable to come here tonight, there are gifts for you out there. And then any of our 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 athletes, you will be posted and recognized for that. You can come and pick that up. And then our 10-year athletes, you have something here as well. Feel free to swing on by. If you can't make it by the gym, just shoot us an email or a Facebook message, and I'm sure someone can get that award to you. Thank you guys so much.
Aren't they going to be speeches posted too at some point?
At 9 p.m. tonight, we are going to be going and posting a video of all of the senior speeches and farewells that were recorded by Erica, Christy, and Amanda. That is going to be played here on Facebook for all of you guys to watch. So again, thank you so much for a wonderful season.
I know I'm speaking for you too when I say I hope this is the absolute last one of these we ever have to have.
Me too. Thank you guys again.
We'll see you guys this season.
Thank you. We'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye.